All right, hey guys, it's more or less like late hours, late night hours, early late night hours, early morning hours. So the just gonna talk about this briefly, real quick. So the Vegas Aces went into overtime with the injured Indiana Fever team and end up winning by 107 to 98, as the Fever, gave the Aces all that they could handle offensively, able to get inside the paint, but able to out rebound the Aces by 17, able to get at least 16 offensive rebounds to the Aces like 9. So they outscored them in the fourth quarter and held their own in the second and third to keep the game at odds and at bay with the Aces. But Asia Wilson and Jackie Young were pretty much the difference in this game. As Asia had 35 points and Jackie Young had 32 points. That was pretty much the story of the game, as the Fever had no answers for Asia nor Jackie Young, and kind of just goes to show you that the stars pretty much are aligned for the Aces as they move on to face the Phoenix Mercury back in Las Vegas for Game 1 on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will be covering that game, and we'll be talking about it live as it goes on. So my thoughts are simple. Number one, the Aces pretty much shows you why they are the heavily coveted and heavily favored after going on a 16-game winning streak. And Asia Wilson just dominates and just shows you why she's the best player in the league and why she, in my opinion, is the GOAT, like one of the top GOATs of the top women's stars to play the game. And also just really, really shows you that, no matter what, no matter if you have AB on, or no matter if you had Natasha Howard on, it don't matter who you have guarding her, she was still able to go and get to her spots, and she was able to go and figure it out and get to her step, her sweet look, her fadeaway jumper, or able to just post up inside. And then, despite AB and or Natasha Howard boxing her out at one point a few times in the game, she was still able to grab the offensive rebound because of her length and size. And also with the play of Nalissa Smith, despite being in foul trouble, was another step up and a difference maker moving forward. And then also Chelsea Gray in the late in the fourth quarter, hit a big 3-pointer. But also in overtime, Chelsea Gray hit some big time 3-pointers. Just when the lead was about to cut short and the Fever was about to get on a run and try to take the lead, Chelsea Gray hit some big time 3-pointers because of late closeouts by the Fever, and just the experience just was led to having them get over the top. And you kind of just saw overall, Chelsea Young made those unrivaled 3-pointers. She showed you what she's made of. And then, of course, defensively for the Aces, they forced 22 turnovers. And also uncharacteristic turnovers by the Indiana Fever. And they scored 28 points off of the Fever's 22 turnovers. So that also was a complete difference maker throughout the entirety of the game. And you saw pretty much throughout that the Fever could not find their answers. It could not find their drives offensively, whether it be trying to have Odyssey Sims or Petty, Shea Petty, trying to drive and create shots. You kind of just saw that at least 6 of the Indiana Fever players were in double figures because, like I said, they gave it all that they have. They gave it absolutely all that they have, whether it be Aaliyah Boston getting 16 rebounds and 11 points, or whether it be Kelsey Mitchell's 15 points, and she hit 3 3-pointers, 2 in the first half and 1 in the second half. And then Natasha Howard getting on the boards and getting active. It still just wasn't enough. But Shea Petty came into the game off the bench and really provided some big buckets when they needed to. But the young stars were pretty much in foul trouble, from Brianna Turner and aerial powers. They just couldn't get it going. But at the end of the day, um, the Fever, as much time as they had and as much of opportunities as they had, because of the Aces, at times boneheaded mistakes, whether they was just shooting 3 pointers or whether they be just beating themselves up due to a lot of uncharacteristic bad possessions, shot clock violations, and then on the other end for the Fever also had shot clock violations because the Aces were playing tight defense, and then a couple of inbounds plays where they could have been a turnover and the ball could have been loose. It wasn't the case at all. The Aces was able to secure and just be able to get it done. So this is gonna be a fun and interesting series between the Phoenix Mercury and the Vegas Aces, which I will just end up after this doing a prediction afterwards. I think the Aces will probably win that series in 6 games. I can see that going 6. I see the Aces winning that. I just think that the Phoenix Mercury size and the matchups is going to be a little bit of a problem because Phoenix guards, I don't think they're going to be able to hold off on, especially not holding off on Chelsea Gray nor Jackie Young. And in my opinion, I don't see AT nor Satu slowing down Asia Wilson at all. I don't see that happening whatsoever. Oh, hey, Verapy 11 Dash Canal, how's it going? But yeah, I don't see the Mercury beating the Aces, and I don't see Satu nor AT slowing down Asia Wilson, and definitely I don't see Dewana Bonner doing much of anything in this series. I think she pretty much gonna be completely taken out, whether it be Nalissa Smith in the game or whether it be I think it's Shay Parker Tyus, whether she's in the game also. I think it's gonna be more of a defensive game, a defensive kind of series. I think the Mercury will find some way to go up in the series because of their physical style and brand and play. But I think the Aces will still be able to pull it off and push it through, and they will be able to secure their third championship. I think that's going to be happening. I think Asia Wilson will end up being the Finals MVP. Now, hey, I could be wrong in a sense, and if I am, I'll come on and really do that. But you'll hear me call the game on Friday. You'll definitely hear me doing it. And I also got another video to talk about Nafisa Collier reading a statement, and also conversation that she had with Kathy Engelberg. I will talk about that in another video coming up. So trust me, I will talk about that. But man, what a win for the Aces over the Indiana Fever, and salute to the Indiana Fever with the roster that they had, constructed. And listen, Aaliyah Boston, despite elbows, despite all that foul trouble and all that stuff, she was able to have an impact in this game a lot. And you got a really a bright future on your hands if you're the Fever with the size. I will go out and actually go get another bench player. I would trade, certain people around. And I would actually try to go out and get another bench player. You probably won't keep, Aerial Powers, nor Odyssey Sims or R. McDonald. You probably might have to get rid of one of those 3 players because you're not gonna be able to afford them, nor Kelsey or Caitlin Clark. So either one of the two is gonna have to be something left to be unfolded. So the Fever gonna have a lot of things as far as contracts goes to work on in the off season. So we'll see how that ends up going. But tell me what are your guys' thoughts about the Aces and the Fever if you guys did watch it. Or if you like what I had to say, tell me down in the comment section as well. And also in the chat room, because I really would like to hear your thoughts about this for anybody who is watching. If you're not, oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, salute to the Vegas Aces, man. They did their thing in here. Now, as far as Becky Hammond goes, and her coaching decisions, man, she need to go talk to Natalie, man. She need to go talk to Natalie. She need to go talk to her Chat GPT or something, man, because her coaching down the stretch was very, very questionable, man. I was looking at some plays, despite the win, and salute to them, but Becky's coaching down the stretch was really making a lot of Aces fans nervous and precautious. Cause man, down the stretch, she was playing people that I'm like, why would you end up playing these people? Like playing Kirsten Bell and Skadova. Like I was just wondering what the hell was going on with Becky Hammond's rotations. That just didn't make any sense. Because she wasn't providing you nothing. Gustafsson, excuse me. Megan Gustafsson, why would you put in her minutes? She wasn't giving you nothing. And Kirsten Bell, she wasn't giving you nothing. Kia Stokes giving you nothing. Like, you didn't need to play them. Dana Evans was absolute trash. She was absolute trash in this series, man. She did not need to have a lot of minutes. She had 20 minutes and only provided 5 points. Why did you play her in this series? That made no sense. She had no kind of impact at all whatsoever freaking ever. That was a decision I did not understand at all. So if I'm Becky Hammond, I would have to go and really, really look at some plays, really study the Mercury, and defensively work on trying to get stops and actually working on boxing out. Jewel Lloyd again was a no-show in this entire series. She just defensively she was a no-show. Offensively, she may hit one or two threes maybe, but that was about it. She was just an absolute no-show. So yeah, that's just my thoughts about what happened. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. I am out of here. Like, share, and subscribe, and salute. As I will be getting out of here, I got to get me some sleep. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and salute. I'm out.